Welcome back, ladies, gentlemen, and small animals. I am Dunkurtin, and today we are going to be doing the finale for the NIDA Cup 600k-4 Top Gun Lure Edition. First up, we will be doing our second semi-final between the Mini Her Mother and Golden Chicken, the winner of which will go on to fight the Wolf and Host in our grand final today. So it's been a long time coming. There's been a couple delays with the last couple parts. I'm sorry about that, but we are finally here. The grand final of this tournament will be taken care of today. We will announce our winner for the tournament, and they will go down in NIDA Cup history. Actually, well, everyone here is going down in NIDA Cup history, but they will take out the top spot. So just a quick recap of the entire tournament so far. Way back when, we started out in our first round with the Blackbird Brawler fighting the Golden Chicken, and coming out on top, something that went the other way just the last time around. And the Wolf and Host started out against the Lure Squee. Of course, the Wolf and Host undefeated, so won that one. And the Reckless Angel went up against the Desperation. The Reckless Angel was winning that. And the Mini Her Mother started its career against the Speedy Venus way back when. And of course, we then had the Wolf and Host continue on undefeated against the Blackbird Brawler, while the Mini Her Mother beat out the Reckless Angels. And finally, the Wolf and Host coming up against the Mini Her Mother in our last semi-final, in our, well, first semi-final, and the Wolf and Host coming out on top of that one. And down in the lower bracket, our first contestant to drop out was the Lure Squee, followed shortly after by the Desperation, and then the Golden Chicken went on to take out the Reckless Angels, and the Blackbird Brawler said goodbye to the Speedy Venus. And then last time around, the Golden Chicken, in quite an unexpected turn of events, kicked out the Blackbird Brawler. And that brings us to where we are today, and we'll be jumping into our second semi-final right now between the Mini Her Mother and the Golden Chicken guys. Right, our first vehicle loading in today is the Mini Her Mother from Blothorn. And they will be going head to head with the Golden Chicken from Zionics. Spawned in facing away from its opponent as requested, while the Mini Her Mother was spawned facing broadside also as requested. Let's speed things up and see how this action unfolds. A lot of lasers coming out from the Mini Her Mother onto the tail end of the Golden Chicken. Will any of these missiles from the Golden Chicken manage to catch the Mini Her Mother? Does not look like it. Looks like... oh, was that missiles? They would have been missiles from the Mini Her Mother coming in. Actually managing to make contact on the Golden Chicken, while the Golden Chicken's missiles kinda all just swarming around, not knowing what they're doing. We see the Golden Chicken now actually flying up into the edge of the atmosphere. That is not a good spot to be with all these lasers coming in. Slowly dropping back down into play again. Still launching all these missiles, but it looks like the Mini Her Mother is just a little too far away for them to actually find a target right now. The Golden Chicken not really equipped to deal ideally with such long distance lasercrafts. Though, actually no, it never did go up against this Speedy Venus, did it? No. So we see the Golden Chicken actually going down into the water now. It's deploying its balloons. I think it might get itself back up, but we got that timer started just in case. Actually no, the Mini Her Mother is going to continue to strip these balloons with those lasers. It looks like this could be it for the Golden Chicken this time around, as it continues to try and launch some missiles though. And look, definitely had some contact on the Mini Her Mother over there, actually. Looks like it's taken a fair bit of damage from that round of missiles. Not going to make much difference though, I don't think. Oh, actually, the golden chicken has gotten itself back up, and right now the mini her mother has no weaponry. This is did not see this turn of events coming, guys. As we watch another swarm of missiles kind of mostly just go into the water there, not sure what's going on, but we got some good contacts here. So if we come and have a look, a fair few EMP missiles by the looks of it. So the mini her mother doing a surprisingly good job of hovering like this, but oh, the golden chicken has actually gone back down. The mini mother still had its missiles. We better get that minute timer going, guys. And just wow, this is not going at all how I would have expected it. For starters, the mini her mother, no lasers, but still doing work with its missiles, and so many hits that it's actually taking from missiles as well. Though now it seems to have righted itself, doesn't quite have full propulsion just yet though, so still unable to outrun this massive barrage of missiles coming in. Still doing a very good job of launching its own. Some of those missiles are backwards while some are forwards. I never noticed that. So it looks like the golden chicken is starting to rise back up and will get up once again before that minute timer is up. So this match, we thought it was over one way and then the other, and the golden chicken going straight back down though. So it looks like it is the mini her mother is no longer able to launch its missiles, and the golden chicken will get itself back up. I am fairly confident. Oh, the mini her mother is dropping now. Dropping. But the golden chicken is still in the water and the timer is up. Oh my god. Oh, that is unfortunate. By the rules, the golden chicken was out of play and is dead before the mini her mother, but the mini her mother is the one that is fully disabled. Oh, that is a difficult one to decide which way I should give it. I think what we'll do is we will go and play out all 3 matches just in case and call this as a draw. Really, I want to give it to the golden chicken because the golden chicken's still functional. Even though, but by the rules, the golden chicken was dead at the same time that it was kind of killing the mini her mother. So yeah, I'm gonna kind of treat it as a draw and just play out all 3 matches and basically see what happens in the next 2, and basically we'll just go from there, I think, guys. But where is the golden chicken up and flying now? Yeah, he's off over there. Alright, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna play out all 3 matches. It's gonna be like an unofficial draw that if we get 1-1, I'm gonna call it in favor of the golden chicken, I think, from that. We'll see what happens in the next matchup, guys. Alright guys, we have the mini her mother spawning in second this time around. Neither contender getting what they want in their spawning. Both spawning head on to each other. See what happens. We see a lot of damage coming out from those lasers initially. Also a few missiles hitting on the golden chicken, I think. Looks like the mini her mother got through the initial cloud of missiles from the golden chicken relatively unscathed, I think. The golden chicken took a little bit of damage from those lasers as we saw, but still pretty well fully functional, I think, by the looks of things. Continuing to send out its swarm of missiles, which are making contact on the mini her mother. Not enough to do any serious damage though, just yet. Looks like the mini her mother's laser is going to work. Mostly taking out possibly the decoy barrels though. Ooh, actually maybe not. The golden chicken going down. let's get our minutes timer started up, guys, just in case. I don't think the golden chicken will be staying down just yet. We've seen it get up many times in the past with these balloons. However, I could be wrong. With this laser constantly being able to strip them off, if it doesn't focus too much on the sides, any of these missiles going to make contact with the mini her mother? No, it looks like it's a bit too far out for now. These lasers doing a great job of stripping those balloons. The mini her mother has less than 15... The golden chicken has less than 15 seconds to get back up. 5 right now. The mini her mother doing a great job of stripping those balloons. And there we have it, guys. That is a minute timer. This match does go to the mini her mother. As I said, we will be going to a third match just to be 100% sure on this one, because that first matchup was just a little iffy on who it should have gone towards. No matter how you really interpret the rules, like on the one side the golden chicken was dead because within the rules it was out of play, but on the other side the mini her mother was already dead because in the rules it was disabled. So yeah, and it was a more total destruction, which we always prefer to go for total destruction. But we will just go to a third match and see what happens and then make our final decision after that, guys. Alright guys, here we go. Final match, wildcard draw, my favourite one. Really close, facing away from each other. They're a mere 300 meters from each other starting off right now. And let's speed things up and see what unfolds. Both craft launching those missiles at the beginning. The mini her mother taking a little while to get its laser around, but as soon as it does, blowing up one of those decoy sticks on the back of the golden chicken. As they now continue on, the mini her mother has come around and they are kind of just flying broadside to each other right now. Are any of these missiles getting anywhere near the mini her mother across that other side? Having to fly a long way ahead to try and intercept. See some of the mini her mother's missiles coming in and making a nice contact on the side of the golden chicken. Ooh, that is not looking good for the golden chicken, whereas the mini her mother still continues to look relatively untouched. Let's just bring up our percentages here. Yes, 100%. Sorry there, about the going all over the place, and want to hit alt there, and once again the golden chicken going down. Let's start that minute timer, guys. I would have liked to be calling this on total destruction. I just, next time around, definitely not doing a tournament with such restrictive in-play areas, because it's kind of disappointing when over half your matches get decided by just a minute timer, you know. I want to see some explosions, some full-on destruction, which is why when I can, I don't use that timer, you know. But we had a pretty good first match between these two, and I am glad that I decided to do the 3 matches just to let this play out and make sure that whichever contestant goes on to the final is the most deserving. The golden chicken, can it get itself back up right now? If it can, it just had some really good contacts with that volley of missiles. Oh, that's our minute though, and it is not up. Unlucky. That is it, unfortunately, for the golden chicken. Thank you very much, Xionyx, for this entry. Went a lot further than I think anyone expected. One of the first craft to go down into the lower bracket, and has stayed in the entire way through. So very, very much well done to you, Xionyx, for this submission. You have secured 3rd place in the Top Gun Lure bracket, and congratulations to Blothorn. The mini her mother will be going on for a rematch against the Wolf and Host in the grand final. I think we all know which way we expect that to go, but as we saw with the Golden Chicken and Blackbird Brawler just last time around, you can never be too certain. Anything can happen. So let's continue on with our final match in just a moment. Before I actually do go on to that though, I do want to just take a quick moment to thank all of our contestants who, for the time they put in to their entries. We had 8 in the beginning, and I will just quickly run them off. We had Zyonix with the Golden Chicken, Falcon256 with the Lure Squee, Ryation with the Blackbird Brawler, Madwand with the Wolf and Host, Blothorn with the Mini Her Mother, Tejima gave us another view of the Speedy Weenus, Miss Ion's Reckless Angels, and Mr. Ribina's The Desperation. Thank you very much, you guys, for your entries. These tournaments can't happen without people taking the time to make a build and submit it to me. So thank you very much for the work that you guys put in on your part. It's not just on me. Like, I don't make the whole tournament. Like, I don't make all the entries and all that. So that's a lot of time was put into these designs, making sure that they follow the rules and such. So thank you very much to everyone that has participated, and also a quick thank you to everyone that doesn't have a vested interest in the tournament, those people who haven't entered but still come back and watch every time and support these competitions within the community. Thank you very much to everyone who watches, and people who support me in this endeavor. Thank you very much. And that's enough of that for now. Let's get on to this grand final, guys. So here it is, our final undefeated submission, the Wolf and Host from Madwand. Once again, going up against Blothorn's submission. Have been here before once already, guys. And so here we have the Mini Her Mother from Blothorn spawning in second, to see if this time around it can get one back against the Wolf and Host. Actually has to beat it twice in a row to win this competition, as the Wolf and Host is undefeated, guys. So basically has to win 4 matches against the Wolf and Host, as... Ooh. Actually got... Oh no, I thought that was an explosion on the Wolf then, but no, it was actually on the back of the Mini Her Mother, and we're getting left behind again. As I was saying though, as the Wolf and Host is undefeated, it does get its double elimination. So in the event of the Mini Her Mother taking 2 out of the first 3 matches, we will go to a second best out of 3, in which it would have to win a further 2 in order to actually win the entire tournament. Whereas if the Wolf and Host manages to beat out the Mini Her Mother 2 out of 3 in this first 3 matches, it will just take it, as that will be the second loss for the Mini Her Mother. So just trying to get a bit closer. Got things a bit slowed down right now, and let's see if I can manage to keep up with the Mini Her Mother, which has already lost its laser, by the way, guys. So left with just the missiles right now, and not launching too many of them too quickly either. Are we fully sped up? Yes, we are. Okay. So the Wolf getting really close there, but the Mini Her Mother unable to do anything about it without that laser. That would have been a great opportunity if it had that, to get some really good damage onto the Wolf. But as things stand, it looks like this first matchup is currently going very much in the favour of the Wolf and Host. So the Mini Her Mother there, coming in a little too close to the Cherubims. Right guys, so we had a bit of an issue there. The game froze, and I'm not exactly sure how much of the action, like right up before the freeze, made it into the final footage. So I'm not sure how well you guys saw it, but what kind of caused the freeze was a large salvo of missiles from the Cherubims all hitting the Mini Her Mother. And as such, as it already was kind of pretty disabled, and seeing the amount of damage that it took right before the game froze, I'm actually going to call that first match in favor of the Wolfen host, because of just how much damage was incoming on the Mini Her Mother right as the game froze. It would have been enough to slow it down a lot. It took a lot of damage. So yeah, I'm not sure if that made it into the recording or not. Like, hopefully the recording is pretty much just everything, including like a little bit of when the game froze. I'm not exactly sure how well it will translate, but yeah, I am going to call that first match in favor of the Wolfen host, because the issue happened pretty well as the Mini Her Mother was getting disabled. I'm fairly confident of that. So I think, yeah, we're going to call that in favor of the Wolfen host. Perhaps we'll do a minimum of 3 matches just to be 100% sure. But as things stand right now, I'm going to say it's 1-0 in favor of the Wolfen host. So I just wanted to quickly explain that before I started things up with this second match. So let's get that underway. And this time around, I really want to try and see if we can get some good cherubim camera time. Because they'll be easier to follow than, though, if they don't stay within the main action, which they're not, unfortunately. Okay, we got a good look at them, but I figured they'd be easier to follow than these two really fast laser craft, even with their insanely erratic flight paths. Actually doing a really good job of even avoiding lasers. So, we do see the Mini Her Mother finally getting some really good hits on that one there. Changing its focus onto the next cherubim. The wolf just kind of cruising a bit far away. Not really taking any heat right now, though it is coming in a bit closer. There we see the focus switched. Is it taking any real damage from this? I'm not entirely sure. I would assume that the Mini Her Mother's lasers are a fair bit more powerful than the wolf's. Not just in the fact that there's multiple of them, and also it's a bigger craft, as it is a single craft submission. So I would imagine that the wolf does not want to take focus fire from the Mini Her Mother for too long. And it looks like it has managed to swap back over to a cherubim taking all the damage here. The Mini Her Mother has actually done really well in fitting the cherubim numbers this time around. In previous matches, it's been lucky to kind of get 1 or 2 completely destroyed, whereas right now I think there might only be 2 or 3 left. That's the wolf over there, and we have 2 cherubims there. This could be it. This could be the Mini Her Mother striking back and taking a round. Ooh, very lucky that those missiles didn't hit it, actually. That could have been a disaster for the Mini Her Mother. And ooh, is that the final cherubim going down? Still focusing the wreckage of a cherubim on the ocean, though. Needs to, here we go, it's switched focus to the wolf. And now this is it. This looks like just lasercraft against lasercraft. The wolf has had a fair bit of time to chip down the Mini Her Mother's defenses. Is it enough to allow it to disable it before these superior lasers come to bear? Ooh, Mini Her Mother taking quite a few missile hits there as well. Looks like the laser just taking a long time to turn. And we see an explosion on the back of the wolf there. We're flying very low. How are we going for that? Okay, we've only got 2 left. We got a cherubim at 60% somewhere. The wolf doing rather well at 99%. The Mini Her Mother at 94%. Here's our 60% cherubim. Not taking any focus as of yet. Has the wolf managed to disable the Her Mother's lasers? No, it hasn't. Just switching focus. We do see a fair few holes in the side though. And that percentage dropping needs to really switch focus back to the wolf. Oh no. Has been slowed right down. Still focusing the wolf a lot right now. How is that not taking more damage from these lasers? I am amazed. Looks like the mini her mother has been completely immobilized though. So here we can see the mini her mother has no AI left, and the block count is steadily dropping, so it is not repairing faster than the damage is coming in. Yeah, so it's dropping there a bit. The smoke's doing a good job of slowing it down. However, it was above 1900 before and is still dropping at a faster rate than any repairs are coming in. As such, I'm fairly confident that we can call this match in favor of the wolf and host. And now, just for the sake of being 100% sure of my decision, my call on that first match, I'm going to do one final match between these two, but with no commentary. So it's just going to be very quick. I'll speed it all up, and unless something unexpected happens towards the end, I won't be commentating at all. It's just to be positive that we've got the right outcome here, guys. Alright guys, so now I can say 100% for certain that unfortunately the mini her mother has settled for second place in this tournament. Congratulations Blothorn for that. Thank you very much for your submission. For a moment there I thought we were going to have an upset there, as the wolf did go down into the water for a moment, but it has turned out as expected. And so congratulations to Madwand for the winning entry. The wolf and host is our champion for the lower bracket of the Top Gun NETA Cup 600k-4. You will be going into the Hall of Fame for the NETA Cup. That is a thread on the forums where we keep track of all the winners of every NETA Cup ever. So you cemented a place in the history of From the Depths now. Congratulations very much. Once again, thank you to all of our entrants. Really appreciate the time that you all went to make your builds and just allow this tournament to actually happen. If you enjoyed the tournament, everyone, please hit that like button. I do some other gaming videos. There won't be another tournament for a while. I'm thinking the next one will probably be beginning of next year. I'm probably going to wait and see how things go with the engine update. I think that is expected to come relatively quickly now that the Canon one's mostly done, and Nick's had a while to be playing with balancing that. So ideally I don't want to announce things and then have people build and then have that update come midway through, as we got pretty lucky with the Canon update not really affecting much, just some RP values where I could easily check the before update RP values of the fuel storage containers to make sure everyone's submissions fit the guidelines and whatnot. But the engine update would be pretty game breaking, so I don't want that to come midway through. But I think what I'm going to do is announce the rules and the design parameters really early, like way before I even have submission date kind of thing, so people can start working on them really early if they like, and then I'll give probably almost a month beforehand once I decide when I'm going to have it, just to make sure that people have a lot more time. That way we can maybe get a few more entries, though having 8 this time around worked out perfectly for recording. It would be a lot more work if we had 16 or whatever, especially doing double elimination, but also it'd be a lot more epic, you know. lot more cooler designs. So that's why next time around I'm gonna give everyone a really big heads up, and hopefully we do get a few more entries and whatnot. But yeah, until then guys, please just have fun building in from the depths. I'll catch you guys around. I'll be on the forum here and there every now and then. Probably gonna try and catch up with some more of the other tournaments that have been hosted lately. Like, I still haven't like watched all of the Alpha Masters yet. I know who won, like I watched that, but I didn't have the time to actually catch up and watch every single part of that, so I need to do that. And I believe Tajima is actually hosting a pirate tournament soon, so I think that would be really cool to check out. So yeah, I'm just gonna try and I'll be around on the forums. Hit me up on Twitter if you would like. The link to that's down in the description as well. Please check out my Fallout videos if you're interested in that. A lot further behind a lot of the other YouTubers doing it. As expected, every YouTuber's kind of doing it, but I've been really delaying my releases to not really spoil it for other people who are playing the game, but don't have all day to just sit there and play it. Like, unfortunately, there's a lot of YouTubers out there who have just been smashing it, and it's gotten to the point where a couple of YouTubers, I can't even read their video titles anymore because they're even putting spoilers in their video titles, and they're way further than me. Like, they are like well over 50 hours into the game kind of thing. And yeah, so well, I've been really careful. I've only put 2 videos up so far. I'm going to be doing them a lot more frequently now that I'm done with this. But yeah, if you're interested in that, check that out. I'm also going to be trying to get back to Ark soon as well. I haven't had much time for that. There's been a lot of issues with, I don't know what's going on with my server for that actually. So not really sure what's going to be happening with my Ark series at the moment. But I'll be trying to get back to that, or at least work out, let everyone who does watch that know what's going on. But that is it for now, guys. Yeah, please look after yourselves, have fun playing from the depths or whatever games you're playing, and until next time guys, I'll catch you then.